Bluetooth device
Hello,
is
hello, hello.
ready.
My test, one, two, three. Hello, mga palangga. I'm coming back. Okay. Hello, I'm coming back. Welcome back to my live streaming. Welcome to my YT world. Science, health, and safety, music, but also a little bit of English vlogs, right? Okay. So, my topic for today is English vocabulary. I have here 30 terminologies, terms, and words. Okay, so let's have here from 1 to 30. So let's see if we can have this in sentence completion because there's 30, so it will take a longer time to discuss. Okay, so what we are trying to find out now is the another meaning of these 30 terminologies. Okay, meaning and definitions. Okay, first, number one, here, right? Here, class, look at this. Okay, intuition. Intuition. Very close to infatuation, right? Okay, and what do you mean by intuition? Intition. Okay. This is all about immediate understanding and quick understanding to something. For example, if you read a story, then you can easily have your immediate understanding out of that. Then that is your intuition. Okay, that is intuition. Or quick understanding of the particular story, movie, lessons, or anything. Okay? So number two, we have okay, bibliography. Bibliography. So these are all about books references. Okay? So for example, if you have textbooks now in your mini library or in your school library, then there are a lot of references. So these are examples of bibliography. So it could be printed and written as appendix in your book. So this is bibliography. So I think that is one section of the book apart from the table of contents. Okay, things like that. Okay, number three, we have hippopotamus. What do you mean by hippopotamus? Wow. Okay, so in order we can understand this hippopotamus, we need to break the words in here. Okay, so usually we need to break this into two parts. Okay, so we have the hippo, okay, hippo, and the potamus. So still, we cannot understand what is hippo and what is potamus. Because this terminology came from Greece, the country called Greece or Greek language. Okay, so usually before, right, in our previous science discoveries like Antoine Lavoisier, Isaac Newton, okay, name it. Okay, they usually use the Greek language in their scientific studies and scientific discoveries. Greek language. Okay, get the point. So, a lot. Okay, a lot Greek language used in our uh, ancestors, scientists. Wow. Yes. Okay, ancestors, right? The past. Because we are the predecessors. Okay? Like so we have hippo means horse. Oh, di ba? First time, right? Hippo means horse. And then potamos means river. Okay, that's the Greek meaning of Putamos river. So, in short, we need to combine the two words. This is uh, hippopotamus, or in English, river horse. Wow. River horse is also a hippopotamus. Okay, number 4, class. Okay, pay attention for this vocabulary lesson. Okay, today from your YouTube content creator Sotero, this is all about vocabulary. Okay, so this is gonna be specifically synonyms. Okay, words have the same meaning. Okay, number 4, we have delusion. What is delusion? Delusion. Okay. When we mean of delusion, meaning you always believe in things that are not actually true. Okay. Even though not factual, you still believe in that. So the specific example for this are believing in superstitious beliefs. So this is delusion, okay? Believing in things which are not actually true. Oh, delusion. Okay? So meaning to say this is not subject to fact. This is not subject to reality. So it's purely imagination that is not based on fact and evidence. So this is delusion. Okay? So number 5, more closer to delusion, this is illusion. Illusion. Take a look with spelling also. When you study grammar and vocabulary, you have to pay attention with the spelling as well. Okay? Because it is a complete package for English language study. Okay. Illusion meaning to say always hearing and seeing things that are not really existing. Okay? So basically, more closer to delusion. So it looks like you always believe in situations, symbols, okay, or let's say any situations that are not true by seeing them, by hearing them, but that is not true. And only you can see according to your mind. Okay, and even though others did not see, you still insist that you see, you hear without any evidence that nobody approved or confirmed that it is really true. So it is illusion. Because if it is really true, then another people also will see the evidence that it is really true. Since you are only seeing that it is true and not true for others, so that is illusion. That is basing for hearing, okay, and seeing something which are not true by yourself only. Okay, so that is illusion. Paradox. Wow. Paradox. What is a paradox? Okay. A paradox is really, seemingly absurd. Oh my gosh, the definition is also deep, right? How can I say this? Absurd meaning untrue. Okay, meaning say untrue, but somewhere along the way, when you say that, it looks like superstitious beliefs in which it has been stated by our ancestors, our grandfather, our lulu, our lula, and then we believe immediately, even without seeing them, without evidence like that, through statements only, not necessarily symbols, pictures, only words. Okay? So, mo na siya ang atong paradox. So, seemingly absurd, or let's say, self-contradictory statement. Meaning to say, if you believe this, others will not believe. So, they will contradict. Okay? Because this is not subject for fact. So, self-contradictory statement, or also sometimes, okay, it is really a proposition that when you explain this, it is also found to be possibly true. Okay, but not true always. Okay? So, muna siya paradox. So, in short, it can be true, it can be not, but majority, it's not true. Okay, you got the point. So that's paradox. So not better not to use this all the time because this is not subject for reality. Okay? So it looks like haka-haka, things like that, kuro-kuro, so things like that or whatever. Okay. So we have here insinuating. Okay, insinuating. So what do you mean by insinuating? So insinuating, for example, Junjun is insinuating somebody to sing because I am also singing, things like that. So meaning to say you are manipulating somebody to follow your actions. So this is manipulating. Okay? Manipulating or self-maneuvering in favorable to your possession. So my possession at the time is singing. Right? So when somebody sing also just because of you, and then meaning to say you maneuver them to sing as well. That means I insinuate them. Okay, so that is action verb, so insinuating, things like that. Or it could be also saying that I will suggest an ideas even though without saying them. For example, there are arguments or whatever or conflicts, and then if you just smile and then nikidhatra ka or approve ka by thumbs up, so not necessarily you say it, but you affirm. So that is also insinuating. Okay? You get the point. Or you can insinuate also in a negative direction. You insinuate, for example, posting videos that is insinuating, meaning to say it will direct you to think negatively by that video. So if you post that insinuating videos, photos and pictures against you, so it can be subjected to cyber crime case to anybody that you are pointing to or imong gipadungog-dungog, things like that. Okay, it's insinuating. Okay? Because it attract negative or malicious statements against you. Oh, it looks like libelous, things like that, but it's really insinuate, that not direct libelous. Okay, you got the point. Okay, we have here toddling. Oh my gosh, toddler. You can always hear this word, toddler. So these are the kids, or okay, business person, because the kids have to walk slowly, shorter distance, so toddling. So meaning walking in a short distance. But normally, kids walk in short distance because they are very, very small, right? So they are toddlers or toddler. Or the action verb will be toddling. Okay. And then we have here, not common, right? Very profound, right? Profound meaning deep. Okay? So this is contracts. Nakakaloka yung contracts. Okay? So, contracts meaning to say, if you have illegal plan to somebody else. Okay? Just like a conspiracy that you need to plan certain things or events in which they will be in trouble, things like that. Okay? They will be endangered. And then your plan is illegal and it against the authority. That is contracts. Okay, like that. So number 10 is a little bit common in vocabulary in English examination. This is gonna be in high school, right? We have here, or in journalism, we have here futile. Diba? Futile. What do you mean by futile? This is pointless or useless. You always insist your ideas, opinions, statements, insights in which very far from reality and it is not really with substance. It is useless and pointless. You get the point? So no meaning, no relevance, things like that. And it is futile. Okay. Number 11, class. Okay. Number 11. Okay. We have number 11. You may wonder why I vlog English, because English is one of my favorite subjects, the same as science. Okay, science and math. Okay, like that. So, number 11 we have, no, yeah, science and English. Sorry, science and English is are my favorite subjects. Okay, number 11 we have oblivious. Okay, usually if you love English as your favorite subject, then you will be triggered to join journalism in your schools. Okay, especially that is very very widespread and common nowadays for journalism. For example, how to write an essay, how to write an editorial, how to write let's say a short story, a poem, a column, an things like that. So in that also, you are also inclined joining declamation contest, oratorical contest, speech contest, spelling contest, name it, all about English. And also sometimes poster making contest, photojournalism contest, and slogan making contest. So this is under the coverage of journalism. It's not enough in journalism all about writings. You have also to understand the listening, writing, speaking, reading, like that. You get the point, and then you'll be able to know the grammar, vocabulary, what I mentioned right now, I discussed right now, the vocabulary, right? And the grammar, and then the phrasing, sentencing, and how to make a paragraph related to English, speech, blah blah blah, so and so. Name it. You know what I mean, right? Okay. Number 11, oblivious. For example, Junjun is oblivious, oblivious from the crowd, despite of the concert is going on. Okay, meaning to say, unaware and not concerned of the things around him. So, as if wala ra, things like that. Okay, it's gonna be the oblivious, unaware and not concerned of the things around him, things like that, and it's very clear. And then we have, wow, misogynist. Very deep, right? Misogynist, MISOGINIST. Okay. For example, we have also the word hygienist. The same thing also we hear, misogynist. So meaning to say, this misogynist really hates and discriminates women, the right of the women. So there's no equality. Okay, the men will always dominate over the women, thinking that they are more stronger than them, more brilliant than them. Okay, so they are more brave than them, or more really bold than them. Okay, bolder meaning strong, physically strong, things like that. So this is misogynist people, or the men, referring to the men because hates women, like that. But it doesn't limit also to men, because there's also women hates women. Women discriminates women. As long as you discriminate and hates women, you are already a misogynist. But normally the men are doing this. Okay, especially to those men that usually use physical strength, okay, to their wives, okay, mamunog, kung mag-away, manapat. So the misogynist people, usually the husband, right? The point, so things like that, misogynist people or individual. Okay, number 13, mga palangga. Okay, hefty. Oh, diba? Hefty. Hefty. What do you mean by hefty? Junjun eat in a hefty amount. Meaning to say, large, big. For example, if I will buy a pizza, and then I will eat too much, I will eat 4 pizzas, meaning that could already be large, right? Or big, or more amount. So it's gonna be hefty, hefty. Okay, you get the point. So large amount, big amount, like that. Okay. So we have aloft. Aloft. What do you mean by aloft? I will say, oh, there's a dust aloft in my forehead. It's not common, right? So aloft meaning it's in the air, or it's overhead, or meaning floating in the air. So the K term there is air, because air is normally above you. Normally, there's also air downside, but you say overhead, or floating in the air, overhead, okay, or in the air. Get the point? Okay, anak siya. Okay, so we have Ardos. Oh, I have Ardos task to take. So, for example, I have to study first. I have to research first. I have to read first. And before doing the vlogging, I have to cook first for myself, for my breakfast, dinner, lunch. So, Ardos meaning tasky. Tasky, tedious, okay, tiresome, or let's say, kanang kapuyon ka pirmi. Okay? So, tiresome, okay, tedious, tasky, or heavy. Heavy works. Okay, too much ba? Okay, plenty of work. Then kapuyon ba ka? Okay, so tiresome. Hmm. Okay? You get the point. Tiresome, tasky, tedious mo na siya yung mga ardors. Things that are makapoy bitaw ka. Okay. That is ardus. Ayan. And we have here number 16, Alvin Patrimonio. The number of Alvin Patrimonio in the basketball pure foods, right? In the past, you always remember his number also. Number 16. Right? And Jaworski is number 7. Okay, and Michael Jordan is number 23. Okay? It's gonna be like that. So, 16, provoke. Meaning, to provoke something is to annoy something. So, to disappoint somebody, to make somebody anger, to make somebody upset, to make somebody offended. So, that's the same terms of provoke. I provoke you because you insulted me. Right? So it's gonna be the answer of that people, that person to somebody who really disappointed him also. Okay, so provoke, to anoint, to okay, annoy somebody, annoy, disappoint, upset, offended, and make somebody anger. That is provoke. You get the point. Ganon. Number 17, impeccable. Oh, that was a very impeccable performance. Things like that. So we need to say amazing. You get the point. Oh, Aerosmith or Steven Tyler have very amazing performance. The vocalist of Aerosmith is Steven Tyler. Okay, who possesses a very high vocal range. Okay, so that was impeccable. So amazing or high standards. That not anybody can hit the notes when they sing. So it's only for few, to those who have high vocal range, singers. So this impeccable, not only limited to singing also, but also in dancing or any entertainment that you usually describe that's amazing, high standards. Like, oh, the house is so impeccable, meaning the house is so beautiful and made of very, very expensive materials like that, and it's gonna be amazing, right? So it's gonna be impeccable. Okay. Number 18, assailant. I need to file a case because last night there are so many assailants in the gate in front of my house. Assailant means attacker. Okay, attackers, meaning to say those people who try to pass the boundary in the area of your house. So trespassers, things like that. So you have the right to prevent them from going to your boundary in your house. It's gonna be because you can immediately tell by yourself that these are usually attackers, okay, or assailants. You get the point. So usually this will be used in criminal investigation during legal proceedings in the court or in the Supreme Court, or in a judicial statements or any courts. Okay, municipal courts, regional trial courts, things like that. Okay, ganon. Okay, so refugee. Wow, refugee. So refugee, these are displaced persons. Meaning, these are persons coming from another country, or let us say coming from another region that don't have job anymore, and then they transfer from one place to another. So this is gonna be, or another way around, these are the people who were abandoned by somebody else, but they try to migrate to another places to places. So these persons are really displaced, not limited only to their position, but also to their capacity to do work or the relevance to the society, that they are no longer used anymore, they are abandoned. So this gonna be, or let us say they are displaced person, or this gonna be refugee. Usually the result of the war produces a lot of refugee after the war. Okay, because they don't have houses anymore. Things like that. Okay, so they will go to another area that somebody will accept them, that will help them to be able to start new for their journey in their lives. Oh, diba? Ganon. So we had predicament. Wow. Oh, it's night. The situation is under predicament. Ano ko yung pagkasabi? Okay. Oh, I was in a predicament last night. Oh, things like that. We need to say, you are in a difficult situation, unpleasant situation. How can you survive? For example, if you have so many appointments and only one, your body is only one, how can you go to 3 or 4 appointments at the same time? And you have only one body. So it's gonna be, oh, it's a predicament. So let me say, difficult situation and unpleasant situation, because that's unpleasant in your part because you cannot attend them all activities. And maybe they will trying to say, ah, you are not good because you are not attending with us, or there will be a sort of jealousy after, or any negative statements that you haven't give your time to them. But actually, due to the predicament, that's the reason. Okay, so predicament, difficult situation or unpleasant situation. Okay, we have here 20, we have here nasty. Okay. I don't like you because you are so nasty. Okay, you get the point? Nasty meaning persons that are too much negative, unpleasant, okay, and then very annoying and has a rough attitude. Okay, usually persons that make statements that are not planned very well, if it hurt others, if it offend others, if it will cause them to be angry by you later on or to be insulted. So things like this. So these are all nasty people. Or let us say, kuan kaayo, taklisa, or like that. So never concerned what the effects of their statements after saying in the public or in the situations, different situations. So these are nasty. I don't like, he is very nasty. So meaning to say unpleasant words always coming in their mouth like that, always disappoint you like that, blah blah blah, so on. Okay, that is really the nasty. Okay guys, and now we go to number 22. Okay. Wait for a while. My FB live streaming was interrupted. Okay, so it's gonna be like that. Okay, so we have the fortitude. Wow. I have the fortitude to dream bigger, to work in Europe, for example. Okay, to uplift the status of living of the family and my siblings, things like that, so that I can also extend my generosity to people, to those who are in need, if they are in charitable organizations, handicapped, okay, less fortunate children, things like that. So you need to say, we mean here, fortitude, courage. Oh, I have the courage to become the barangay captain of this barangay. So that is courage, okay, or fortitude. Okay, things like that. So number 23, what's this? Oh my gosh, turmoil. By turmoil. So this is a state of the quality of being, having a great disturbance. This is turmoil. Oh, guys, my vices are the turmoil of my success. Okay. So my emotional upset is really, okay, the turmoil of, my plans. Okay, things like that. Okay, for example, if you plan for a business, then so if you have a business, then you don't have to consider emotions. Utang Utang is utang, bayran like that. Okay, it's not free all the time because he is your brother, he is your sister, he is your nephew. Then all will be free. So if that is the case, lugi. Okay, you will be undergoing bankruptcy. So you will always remove that turmoil. That is quality and state of disturbance, great disturbance to your success. Okay, like that. And in that also, another meaning also, it creates confusion and uncertain because once it happens to be like that, then it will be uncertain anymore. Meaning to say, it has no meaning anymore. Okay, so malugi ka or whatever, things like that, na mag-confuse na ka, mapadayon pa ba ka, whether you continue your business or not. Okay, so that's turmoil. Great disturbance, confusion, and uncertainty. Okay. Now we have paradigm. Actually, before my pronunciation for this is paradigm. But actually, this is not paradigm. The spelling is P-A-R-A-D-I-G-M, mga palangga. Okay. Oh my gosh, wait for a while. Mga palangga. Okay. So, thank you so much for viewing my vlog for today. English vocabulary. Okay. So it's gonna be like that sa mga nanaw. Sorry, I did not shout out you guys because my FB live streaming had been interrupted a while ago. Okay? Sorry, kaayo. Okay, we have here paradigm, but it's not paradigm actual pronunciation. It is, paradigm. Sumobra. Paradigm. So the spelling is P-A-R-A-D-I-G-M. You will say, I should be a paradigm to everybody that I will accomplish all the dreams and my ambitions in life. So you mean to say, you set as an example, a typical example to reach your ambition in life so that others also will be inspired to reach their dreams and ambitions in life as well. So this is paradigm, like that. Or you'll be acting as a model to them, okay, in a positive way. Not only limiting to ambitions in life. For example, in doing vlogging, okay, you are acting then a positive model and you act also as a pattern to them to follow. So the key terms are pattern, model, and example, and these are all related to paradigm. The spelling is P-A-R-A-D-I-G-M. Okay. Now, going to 25 and 26 to 27, this is very related to each other. So this is normally related to infectious diseases, blah blah blah, so and so that spread and circulated to a community, locality, region, state to state, country, continent, like that. So we need to differentiate between pandemic, epidemic, and endemic. Okay, this is vocabulary. So we already know the pandemic because it is common. Remember that the COVID-19, okay, had been circulated all over the world. The term pandemic is always used in our reporters, newscasters, health professionals, LGUs, staffs, like teachers, engineers, name it. They always use the word pandemic and also the medical doctors. So pandemic is really defined as an infectious diseases spread all over the world or around the globe. So it can never be pandemic if the disease is only spreading in Tinaan. Okay? Or if the infections are already spreading only in Cebu City, that is not pandemic because pandemic is all over the world. Okay. So be careful, that's an adjective, right? And then when can we say that that is epidemic? It's not pandemic, but I say epidemic. So epidemic are also infectious diseases spread in the locality or in a region, but not all over the world. Okay, according to a particular time in a large population. Okay. For example, if the infectious diseases such as cholera, diarrhea, communicable diseases or contagious diseases are only spreading in India alone, meaning in that country, and that we mean by locality of India. So that could mean only epidemic, not pandemic. Okay, but once it's circulated all over the world, or even though in another country, that could serve as international already. So that could be pandemic. Okay, but if only in the Philippines, that is still epidemic. No other country. Okay, again, the meaning is infectious diseases spreading in a locality, region, or country in a large population, things like that, in a particular time. Take note, particular time. So meaning to say, it's seasonal, things like that usually. Okay. So that is epidemic. And how can we say that it's endemic? Okay, this is also another term. So endemic meaning to say infectious diseases spreading to any type of location, whether it is around the world, region, places, but it's already continuous in our present time. Okay, continuous. It will never be eliminated na, and then it's continuous until we die. Things like that. Okay, so the COVID-19, according to the World Health Organization and CDC, Centers for Control of Diseases and Prevention, they said it's already endemic. Meaning to say, we cannot eliminate 100% now this virus is circulated all over the world. Okay, so from pandemic, it will become endemic, meaning it's part of our life today, at present, and in coming generations to generations, because it is continuous like that. Though, take note, though it can be reduced. Okay, I'm telling reduce, but I'm not telling elimination. It's different story when you reduce and you eliminate, right? Because if you say eliminate, you have to completely eradicate or remove everything, but we cannot remove COVID-19 and its strains and forms. Strains and forms meaning another forms of virus. Sorry, I will not mention the complete words because this is not allowed in YT administrator. Then my vlog will be suspended because this is a sensitive topic. This COVID-19. It's in the it's in the agreement. Okay, it's in the rules, house rules of YT administrator, not to mention that, and also the calamities, big fire like that. We don't have to mention that. Okay, sorry. Okay, nakakaloka. Okay, things like that. So, muna na siya. So, we can now differentiate clearly what is a pandemic, endemic, and epidemic. Okay. So, three adjectives describing how these infectious diseases will be spreading. Okay, to different places to places. Place is general. Okay, could it be a country, continent, okay, state, locality, city, municipalities, province, region, barangay, sitio, like that. These are all place, general term. The same as location. So, place slash location. Okay, it's just the same. Okay, general term. Okay, so it's gonna be also, if you describe, then it will become a preposition describing the location. Okay, you get the point. So we have here number 27, number 28, barren. Barren. What's barren? Oh, example of the barren will be, our mountains now are barren. Meaning to say, barren, not productive anymore because there are no trees. Okay? So the mountains, due to deforestation is the term there. Deforestation. Cutting of trees. Okay? Illegal logging and then selling the trees without proper communication and coordination to our staffs in the Department of Environment and Natural Resources without any legal permit to cut the trees, things like that, and there's no environmental impact assessment certificate that they are allowed to cut the trees. Okay, and then due to the fact that our mountainous areas nowadays, then it will become upaw. So that will be the source of heavy flooding and could cause landslides, and it can create, so many people will die in a particular area just because of that landslides things. For example, in the Sindulan before. So that's a result of abuse of our natural resources that God gave to us, the trees, things like that. So it is not properly coordinated, okay, to the right people, ask permission to the, for example, the LGUs or the authority to really cut trees because they have to regulate that not that so much. They can cut, but there's a minimum how many to cut unless it will not, so that it will not become upaw. That's barren. Meaning, if that is already upaw, and that is barren, meaning unproductive. Okay, you get the point. That's barren. Okay, so that is in the environment point of view. But if we try to apply that in, let's say, humanity reproduction point of view in producing babies, like that. So that's also kanang mga baog. So they cannot produce baby. So they are also barren. So that's also applicable. They are also unproductive. So not limiting all to the environment, but also to the women who cannot bear a child. So they are also barren. Okay. So the utilization of the word barren is not limited to the environment. Okay. So baog nga babae is also barren. Or let us say lalaki also because unproductive both. Right? Okay. You get the point. And then we have also number 29, curtail. Curtail. Dol sa curtain. But this is curtail meaning you have to cut off. Okay, you have to cut off. You have to reduce. Like for example, if your words are too many and there are a lot of jargons, meaning to say useless terms, words, and that's purely sugar-coated words that doesn't put substance and impact to your speech, then you may be able to curtail those words that will not become a part of your speech because it adds only the time, it's lengthy, and at the same time, it doesn't add substance. Okay, meaning way lasa. Okay, it's just useless jargon and sugar-coated words. So if you deliver your speech, okay, then you have to maintain the main point and clarity of your speech, and you always emphasize the objective and your conclusion to bring lessons to the viewers and to the spectators and to the audience who are listening to your speech, things like that. And there's gonna be curtail, okay, cutting off, reduce, like that, the words, or not only limiting also to speech, also when you sing a lot, okay, and then you also curtail songs. For example, if you try to sing in a gig, you're invited and they require you to sing 20 songs, and you will also say, no, I cannot manage it one. I need to curtail to 10 songs only. Like that. So meaning to say, you reduce to 10 from 15 songs. So the utilization also in this term is not limited only to that kind of situation. As long as you curtail, you cut off, and you reduce. And this is gonna be curtail. Okay. Number 30, dwindle. Wow. Nakakaloka, dwindle. Okay, Zaika, what is dwindle? Okay, when you dwindle, you need... Huh? You need to minimize. Okay, like that. So partly related to curtail, right? Okay, so that's dwindle. Okay. Dwindling the trees cutting in our mountains can save our future generation. An example of dwindle. Dwindle is a noun, dwindling is a verb, right? Or you can use this word both noun and a verb. It depends on your sentence completion. You get the point, or sentencing. Okay, thank you so much for listening for this vlog. Shout out to Mom Donna Caraca. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, if there are certain words that came out from my mouth and not correct. I'm not perfect. You can also cross-examine every word came out in my mouth because I'm not majoring in English. It's just happened I love English. Okay, and my favorite subject also the English science. Okay, and I'm comfortable. That's why. Okay, so somebody is also asking me why I'm not talking straight in Bisaya, because you know there are also deep Bisaya that I cannot talk straight. Okay, things like that. And in the benefit also of my viewers all over the world, so I will use the international language to make it safe. get your point. Things like that. It depends on your comfortability and your convenience when you are a vlogger. If you love to speak in Tagalog, then you can. If you love to speak in English, you can. And if you love to speak in Bisaya, then you can also. It depends on your personality. Okay, what type of personality you are, or what English communication or Tagalog or whatever. It's up to you guys. Okay, you can comment down below in the comment section. I hope you like it, and you can share also to anybody else if you want, especially if your daughters and sons, or if you are listening right now, taking English subjects now in your junior high schools, in your high school, elementary, or college, then it will be an additional vocabulary for you. I tell you this is very, very important, okay? For example, in essay writing and English examination in the employer acceptance, okay, if you try to work like that, so there's an English examination every time, the vocabularies will be there always. Okay, synonyms, antonyms, like that, sentence completion and everything. Okay, you got the point. So it's also helpful for your improvement of your speaking capability, or the way how you talk in public also. And not only in public, also to your organizations where you are now. For example, if you are working in a private sector, in a public sector, or a government official, so sometimes it really requires you to speak in English, especially the crowd are too much high and leveling, things like that. It's also not all the time speaking Bisaya. It should also be mixed with English, especially if the audience are lawyers like that, senators, and then projecting your professionalism. Okay, then you have to talk in English. Or your speech will be in English, not necessarily straight English, but you can really talk in English. Okay, because that's international language. You get the point? So how can we become a scientist if we are limiting our communication to Bisaya and Tagalog? Okay, it will not be accepted to France, to Germany, to India, our scientific innovations, inventions, and discovery. Nga nga. So, we defeat our purpose, our revenue, or our profit gamayra, because our our inventions and discoveries are limited only in the Philippines. Okay? There are a lot of monies outside, partnership in China, whatever, then you will speak in English. Right? Or write your scientific research in Bisaya. Okay, only people who are inside that locality can understand. So how can your profit grow? Okay, if it's only in the locality. See, we need to master English communication. We need to train our young students to speak English fluently while they are still young. Things like that. You get the point? Because it doesn't mean also that if they don't like English, they don't really learn how to speak in English very well. Okay, you get the point. So you should be good in both oral and written communication. Thank you so much. You can put emojis in my comment section down below, as you can see, right? Okay, and you can share to anybody else also. And you can really, if you can really subscribe my YT channel, then you can. And thanks also to those people who are subscribing already my YT channel. And then you can click my notification bell for some news updates of science, health, safety, and music. God bless everybody. Stay safe. Always follow the health protocols promulgated by the Department of Health. Thank you so much to protect our health. Okay, for the coming years. Okay, you got the point. Thank you so much. Bye bye. God bless everybody. See you later. See you. Nasapit ako ng dila. Bye bye. God bless. Ganan, English man akong English. Ano na pa to sa? Charis.